Basketball has always been his love.
In society today, we're always kind of looking for excuses why we can't be our best, and Troy's someone that never uses excuses.
He's the poster boy for it, if you think about it, right? Fighting spirit is just someone who digs deep.
He would wake up with pain, and I was just chalking it up to growing pains because, you know, he was a teenager. And it wasn't until he started waking up in the middle of the night crying, I knew that just something was wrong.
I went to the doctor and I got an MRI and an X-ray, and they knew something was in my arm, but they couldn't figure out what it was.
I could hear the technician say the word mass. It was then determined after surgery there that he had osteosarcoma.
So my aunt actually told me that I was diagnosed with cancer. I'm my only child, so I guess it was too hard for her to tell her only son that he had osteosarcoma.
I don't want to lose my baby. He's my only child.
My initial thought was, when is this going to be over? I just really wanted to be back in school, just doing what I love to do, just playing basketball, being around my friends, and feeling normal.
So I met Troy in 2005, actually it was February. There's a picture when Troy was 15, my son was 5 at the time, and they both were going through their treatments, and so they were both bald. Their complexion of skin was the same. Troy looked like an older Nicholas, and that actually just cemented a bond that was more than natural. We, in some regards, we lost Nicholas, and we found an element of life through Troy.
I started noticing that a mass was growing in my left arm. I went to the doctors and got it checked out, and they told me that the cancer had came back in the same arm and that they would have to amputate my left arm.
They wanted me to go into the recovery room, and I couldn't do it.
She means everything to me. She is the person that has supported me, always been there by my side, and it made me want to fight harder. Every time cancer kept coming back in my life, it just felt like maybe, it's not meant to be. At that time, I just wanted to do whatever made me happy. And the only time I never felt pain or wherever I was not feeling depressed was when I was playing basketball.
He had ups and downs that none of us would want to bear. And it's even hard to talk about the ups and downs. But Troy had this level of hope, and this hope that transitioned to inspiration.
It just uplifted my spirits, it made me happy, and I wanted to just be around the game as much as possible. I feel like chemotherapy is used to heal cancer patients. It kills bad cells, but it also kills good cells. And for me, I felt like playing basketball didn't kill anything. It just uplifted my spirits, it made me happy. If I'm gonna go doing what I love to do. My mom and family full-hearted supported me with that decision when I decided to not do chemotherapy.
He wanted to live the dream that he had, regardless of what was maybe natural or what was supposed to happen to him from a treatment perspective, from a diagnosis perspective. That hope, I think, fueled his heart to what we see today. It gave him an outlet. It gave him opportunities to dream of being a better basketball player. And even though Troy was going through a lot of barriers, he didn't let that stop him. He realized that being a basketball player, you don't have to have 2 legs and 2 arms. You have to have something in your heart.
I adopted a vegetarian diet. I worked out every single day. I meditated, lived every day as if I didn't have cancer anymore. The nurse called me and said, "We don't know what you did, but we don't show any tumors in your scans." And it almost felt like the world stopped for a minute, because you think about everything from when you were diagnosed. It was so hard, but I made the decision not to tell her until Christmas because it was only a week away. I put the results in an envelope and gave it to her on Christmas.
Oh my God. No way! Oh my God, this is so exciting! Oh my God!
It just felt good to let her know that that fight is over and that we won together.
I mean, it was the best Christmas gift ever, ever. Nothing can ever top that, ever.
From being diagnosed with cancer to being told I had 6 months to live to where I am now is completely breathtaking.
So I'm gonna demonstrate. So first up, we got ankles. You're gonna stay low, keep your back straight, keep the ball low on your ankles, okay?
I've been doing this free amputee clinic with UCSF for the last 5 years, and Troy was actually a participant at the clinic. So that was my first introduction to Troy. He had talked to myself and Tony at that event, and that's kind of the start of things.
He said he thought that I would be a great fit to be a part of the Warriors staff. Been involved with the program ever since.
It's inspiring to see somebody like Troy on the court, you know, not only teaching the game, but you see the enjoyment he gets out of seeing his players perform at their best level.
I love watching him coach, and I love watching the kids react to his coaching, and the kids just love him.
All right, Troy, hey, as the representative from Junior Warriors this year, just want to say congratulations for being the Junior NBA Coach of the Year for the Golden State Warriors. Thank you so much, man. You guys do a lot for our community. We really appreciate you.
Being a part of the Golden State Warriors is literally a dream that came true. Visioning this as a kid, you know, when I was going through chemo and, you know, losing my arm, my next vision was coaching.
Troy is very selfless, and he recognizes that his gifts, his purpose, his life, it's not about him. And that's almost like the outputs of his experiences are inputs to other people's lives.
It just amazes me because all those years ago, he wasn't supposed to be here. And here he is. And he's doing amazing things. He's going places.